haunts you for the rest of the term since you've done that and you just really want to go back and retake it, but you can't?
So it haunts you in a bad way?
I guess so.
A lot. So this is a character that you've done that you wish you never did?
Or just a specific line that you just wish you could redo it because you thought you did it terribly.
So you wish you could a character that you wish you could go back and do over. Was that a mullet?
Come back to that one.
Gee, that's see. That's a good thing about that.
Actually, I think what he was asking was something along the lines of what you talked about in your, similar to what you talked about in your panel yesterday about how sometimes from the point of view of being the director and the actor, when you go in to record, you're directing yourself, how you like have that an idea of wanting to make the line as perfect as possible.
Well, I think we all want to do the best job we can. I don't know if it's specific to the act of directing yourself. I think that's a very specific thing. But just in a general acting question, a part that you could go back and redo if you could have a time machine.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I did a hentai. I also wrote.
Nice.
For Ben Zoom, no less. Yes, it haunts me every time I go to a convention.
Title!
Huh?
Title.
See, it haunts me so much that I've blocked it out of my memory.
Your mind blocks trauma.
The octopus and the dragon?
It's just one of those things, like if a fan knows me well enough and they actually have the video, which one did.
Has she an autograph? Like a lot of folks, like some of you have probably done this, like if you're looking to get into this, I did a couple of like internet cartoons and stuff, which of course lend themselves to being very blue humor, if you know what that means. And yeah, I'm, like one day, like let's say hypothetically I'm like running for mayor or something like that. It's like, John, do you recall a little internet cartoon you did in the 90s by the name of Dick Kick 2? You know? Yeah, not the first, but right, yeah, like I can still look back and laugh at the absurdity of something like that, but it's, yeah, I can see how that would like keep me from getting certain Christian corporate comedy gigs.
There was an anime that I did when I was first starting out, and it was very rushed. We had to get it done in a very short amount of time. So I was doing 70 to 80 loops an hour.
Wow.
That was really fast. And so I listened to the dub and it's like, you know, I had better in me, but it's circumstances sometimes. I'm not saying.
She signed an NDA.
I think a lot of times, if you're not feeling the character, when I was trying to think about it, when you start out on a project, you don't feel the character as much, or you're searching for it because you don't have the script ahead of time. The director will lead you into making the character good, and also you're finding it as you go. So even if I started out with something where I was like, oh my god, I'm sucking, by the end, you realize you found it with the help of the script and people that are working with you. So.
For me, I don't have a project that I regret, but for a while there, I got very pigeonholed. Because starting out in the early 2000s, when I really started doing a lot of anime, I tended to do two types of characters because of the first two big series that I had large roles in. I tended to play the Emperor and the gay guy, and sometimes I played the gay Emperor. And there were a lot of those. So, and luckily I've moved away from that, which is I'm happy. By the way, just a heads up, we got the 10-minute notice a little while ago, so I know we're coming down
to the 5-minute
to that. If we don't get to a question or something, there's going to be another voiceover panel, just as a reminder, at 6:30 in Boston, Atlanta, catering particularly questions about video game voiceover. So maybe keep some of those for that. Who wants to pick a question?
I have a question for kind of all of you guys. Do you guys ever, like, I think, John, you said earlier is that all of your roles are kind of like your children a little bit. do you ever like
Especially the day kick stuff.
do you ever go back and just like reminisce about maybe watching?
Yeah. I don't know if it's just an ego thing or sometimes you need that little pick me up. You had a rough day. It's like, hey, at least I was this guy or something like that. I mean, yeah, and it's also it's such a trip. The whole process, like I was compiling some footage from one of the bowling games I'd voiced, and it's like fun to go back and I forget half the stuff I did because so many of them were just improvs on the fly. It's like trippy. It's like I had myself telling me, hey, like, hurry up and bowl. It's like I'm sorry, me. This is. So yeah, every now and again, whether that's conceited or what have you, I do just to reminisce and also look at in the interest of always continuing to improve. Chris.
Yeah, I mentioned this yesterday too. I love to like when Full Metal. Well, actually, Brotherhood. I think it's still on. I would when it first ran, I would DVR it, go about my day, go home, sit down on my couch with a big bag of Doritos, and begin the act of crying as usual. Start eating, and then I would forward to my part and go, "Hey, look, I'm on TV. Delete."
I sometimes get to reminisce because somebody reminds me to. I recently did a radio interview where they asked me to do the entire interview as Beamon. So it was cute. It was like, oh, I remember him. Yeah, a little furry guy.
I play a lot of video games, so every video game I'm in, I usually pick up and give it a whirl. For example, like every time I tell myself I'm going to watch all the stuff I'm in, I'm going to listen through all of it, it never happens. I always skip the dialogue because I'm always just playing the game. Like for Dynasty Warrior 7, like there's just so much dialogue, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember when whatever.
You're my son in that, aren't you?
Yeah, that's right. Kyle is my father.
Oh, wow.
Dynasty Warrior 7.
I'm the daddy.
Somebody record that.
Obviously. Yeah.
I think in preparation for this, we have to look at our stuff in case you guys ask us to do the voice, and we're like, how did we do that again? That's where I look.
Well, at least you have like...
There's reference on YouTube all over the place.
Yeah, probably got time for like one more or two really quick questions.
One word.
Next, don't be shy.
Yes, curiosity. If you were ever given the chance to write your own characters that you could do the voiceovers for, what would you do?
I would write and book myself as a voice actor who gets booked more consistently. Just offhand. That's kind of it. I've kind of run a pretty good gauntlet of stuff that weird, different things I've gotten to play. It's kind of nice.
Washboard abs.
Washboard abs from Chris Casey.
It would just be, I don't know, I mean, I like I like all different kinds of roles. I think if I could just create a role and create a series, I mean, this sounds terrible, I think I would just make it so that I had a lot of lines. I mean, that would be really cool. I would just be a really interesting character with a lot of lines, that would be great.
Bigger chops.
And bigger pants. Yeah.
I'm not talking, well, I'm currently writing a book, but it is a fictional book, but it has a lot of fun characters in it, and I love playing multiple characters on projects. So if the book took off and was made into a movie, then I'd like to play all the side characters. That would be really cool.
If I had the power, I would make Hollywood get off this stunt casting thing with animated features and give the voice actors a shot.
We kind of did. I mean, if you want to throw one.
No, but I promised you'd ask a question. So, real quick.
Okay, this one's for Kyle. It says you played a character in Sonic.
Oh, that's Big the Cat on DS, on the DS Colors game.
And on that note, please thank all of your great panelists for being here. Thank you for being here.
Hey Bridget, I'm Christina B, a voiceover actor. Keep doing what you're doing. It's fun, I know, and addictive, and it's great that you guys get together and make something creative and special. So.